Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future. You are someone around you. So take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else, okay? This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, so it is a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? Hope you all are doing wonderful. All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated. The first card we have here, collective, is justice, okay? So there could be someone weighing their options or making a choice. There could be some kind of situation that you are desiring to have some kind of peace or justice in, and you are weighing your options, like, should I do this or should I do that? There could be an option of, winning, being successful, but maybe the process of you winning or becoming successful could take more time or more work. Maybe it requires you, to be more patient, okay? But there's also shortcuts being offered to you with the blade here. So maybe there's someone, whispering in your ear, oh, I know how you can do this and get it done fast. Oh, I know how you can do this and get it done fast. There's a shortcut, There are many ways to meet your goal, okay? But there's shortcuts, and then there's the right way to do things. And sometimes in life, when we're looking for progress or going through the process of attaining anything, we have to be patient. And so whatever this is, collective, this is something that you have to be patient in order to be successful. And you also know that with the two papers, the two scrolls here rolled up here, you know that there's double the benefit and double the positive outcome if you choose to go the long route. And you also know that there's an opportunity to take the shortcut, whatever this may be pertaining to. But with this shortcut comes a lot of risk, comes a lot of liability, and a lot of sacrifices you'll be having to make. And so you could be battling within yourself on whether to do things the right way, the shortcut, or the long way, and be patient. So this could be something involving some kind of training, some kind of skill. Maybe someone wants to show you how to cheat, how to get ahead, how to achieve maybe a certification, a degree. That's what's coming through, okay? And you may say, maybe saying, nah, I think I better go the long route. I think I better do this by the book, I don't need the cheat sheet. You know what? I'm going to go home and just study and apply myself, because if I cheat, once I receive the certification or this degree or whatever the skill or hobby is, and I'm out in the workforce or I'm out in the field, I have to be well equipped with the knowledge, with the know-how of how to proceed. So cheating now and taking the shortcut and receiving a cheat sheet, and I'm speaking metaphorically, or this could be directly. Maybe someone is offering you a cheat sheet. Maybe you are in school or some kind of training and you're trying to get some kind of degree or certification. Or maybe someone is saying, oh, I know someone who could sell you a CDL license, okay, which is illegal, okay? And you're like, nah, I think I better take my time and go to truck driving school. I think I better take my time and do some studying. I'm just using that as an example, okay? So you're weighing your options. And so you feel like you're being pulled on to take the shortcut, because I'm picking up you could be going through maybe some financial hardships. Maybe this skill or this trade has a promising future for you financially. You know that once you have your degree or your certification or you complete this class, you're guaranteed to be employed, and be employed, with the type of income, and it will afford you the type of lifestyle that you've always desired when it comes to housing, driving the kind of car you want, being able to give your children what they want, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, as sharp as the edge of this blade is, that this is a situation that could lead down the wrong path. So with justice being here, Spirit is saying, the thought that, like they say, you think long, you think too wrong. The thought and the idea of you being in limbo is your answer to go ahead and be patient and do things by the book, to go ahead and be patient and do things the right way. Because therefore, in the future ahead, you don't want to be working somewhere and you get called to the office because they found out that maybe the certification you receive is faulty, or maybe it's not recorded that you were supposed to receive a degree, or you find out that there's some kind of basically the scandal is being revealed, whatever shortcut you took. Now, this could be pertaining to you in school or getting a certification or some training, or this also could be pertaining to maybe you wanting to get a loan. This could be something financial. Maybe you have someone trying to get you involved or entangled in some kind of hookup, some kind of scheme. I can get you approved. I can do this. I can do that. This is like someone coming into your home and offering you a hookup. Oh, I can do this and do that. Here, keep my number. That kind of energy. But I'm picking up the reason that you're indecisive because also, collective, you are someone who has made a lot of positive changes in your life. You could also be a parental figure as well. And so not only do you have yourself to consider, but you also have to think about that you are a parent and you have children. So if you get into any illegal activity, there is a repercussion for that. And you do not want that hanging over your head. So it's better to take your time, go the long route, and be patient and not have to worry about you getting out into the workforce or moving ahead in life and then bump, bump, bump. You get that phone call or you show up at work and you're called into the office because you have been revealed or found out. Okay. You don't want to forcefully put yourself into a situation to where you'll be taken away from your children or your family just because you weren't willing to be patient. So clearly, with this card here and all that being said, this reading is going towards being patient. There's something here that Spirit wants us to know, that whenever we're working on anything that we're desiring, progress, making changes, anything you want to attain, be mindful of when the presentation or someone presents to you a shortcut. Oftentimes, that shortcut could be a test to see, are you really ready? This is not good or bad. This is not about negative or positive. It is to a point, but we're going deeper. This is about you using your wisdom and discernment. As I just explained, in the long run, moving ahead, it's better to take your time and go through the proper process, the legal way to obtain this degree or certificate or loan or bank loan or mortgage, whatever you're trying to attain, than doing it the shortcut route. And later on down the line, bum, 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 it resurfaces itself. And then you have to pay the penalty for not willing to be patient. So Spirit is saying, be mindful of not willing to be patient in your life pertaining to all things. There's no need to be in a rush. What is for you will never pass you by. Don't allow anyone to sway you. This swaying energy has been present here for the last 2 to 3 weeks now, of someone trying to persuade someone to get involved in something illegal. Don't allow anyone to talk you into doing anything. It looks good. People will applaud you to, go and do it the short route. A person will intrigue you, persuade you, applaud you to pick up this sword here, and the moment that it's time for you to have the great fall or be revealed or become incarcerated, or yeah, someone wants to prosecute you because you've been involved in something that was faulty, those same people will be the same ones shaking their head, or either they'll be MIA, nowhere to be found. So it's better to take your time and be patient and not be so anxious in life when you are trying to pursue anything. Spirit is saying, even a relationship, they're saying, Even getting to know someone, be willing to be patient, be willing to be more observant in this life. Okay. And so we have the page of swords here. And the page of swords is curiosity. It's also someone who's willing to be a student, who's willing to learn. Okay. And so I'm a firm believer that a great teacher is always willing to be a student and vice versa, because learning and growing is a continuous thing. Just because a person may be older than you does not mean that they know more than you. Wisdom does not always come with age. And so the idea of being willing to be a student, willing to learn new things, be willing to take the time to basically collective uh, increase your to increase your oomph, increase your um how can I say this? Be willing collective whenever you're going through something you feel, oh, that's going to take forever. I really want to be willing to increase your tenacity. Be willing to increase your ability to be patient. Be willing to be the student, because at the end, when you do things the right way, you will remain balanced, and more opportunity and favor, will be given to you as you move forward. Things will be placed in your path because you have sent out the signal to the universe that you're willing to take your time to learn and grow, that you're not trying to put the cart before the horse. You're willing to go through the process. We all live different lives and we all have different missions. We're not put here to imitate or duplicate each other's lives, though there are people who try every day. They feel that their life is supposed to look like what they see someone else doing. There are reasons. There are, spiritually speaking, collective, there are so many deep, intricate, important, valuable reasons of why we all are individually put through different circumstances and processes. Even though they may be uncomfortable, it may be sad for you, it may be overwhelming to you, there's a reason for it. And there's light in every situation that you feel is dark. There's always a greater purpose in the hardships that we endure. Whether you're able to acknowledge it at the time, but moving forward, as you work on yourself, you will look back at those moments and you'll say, aha, that's what that was for. Now I get it. Oh, I'm so grateful. Oh, I'm so thankful. Oh, I'm glad I took my time. Oh, wow. You'll have those aha moments and you'll be grateful and thankful that you took your time and you didn't take the shortcut. They're telling me to bring up what we're seeing in the media with the celebrities. You know, the best thing that we can do as we watch and witness, because we're all watching it, we're all witnessing we're seeing it, different people of different statuses, not just P. Diddy, with accusations, being accused of things and going through different litigation procedures. Spirit is saying for me to share with you, while we are all watching and observing, to learn from what we are watching. Learn that making the sacrifice to take the shortcut will bring you right back to scratch. But when you take your time to do things within a balance, not saying to be perfect because there's no such thing, you can have double the success, double the splendor and bliss in life to enjoy. But if you choose to go the short route and step on people to make it to the top, take advantage of people, mistreat people, plan, plot, and strategize, maybe blackball people and move the goalposts on folks trying to make things difficult. The same shiny object, the same shortcut that you took will come back and you'll be left, to deal with the repercussions of taking the shortcut. So basically, there is a response of doing things the right way in the wrong way. Okay, so they're saying for us to learn from what we are watching. You know, you can't avoid seeing it because it's trending everywhere. Every channel, every media platform, it's on the radio, it's everywhere about different celebrities, but they're saying to learn from what we are observing. Don't be so saturated. We're going to pass judgment. It's natural. It's natural. We're going to have our opinions, but Spirit is saying learn from what you are watching. Learn the things that, well, maybe as I move forward, I know not to do so and so. I know that I am not exempt from being revealed. I know that I am not exempt, from, going through the repercussions of doing things the short way, or being nickel slick, spending your life running amok, or being placed in a position of power, and you have not done the healing work on yourself, being full of trauma and pain and resentment, but being placed in a position of power only expands what was already there. Okay, so yeah, they just had me intercept to bring that up for us to learn from what we are seeing. And I guess they had me bring that up because a lot of what we are seeing, people, paying people to stay hush, paying people not to say nothing, uh, all the corruption that we're seeing. Basically, be mindful of trying to do things the short way, the easy way. Uh, do things, the right way, even if it is a process, of building your career or building your status or making yourself known. It takes time, to let the momentum curate or basically increase itself. You have to just be consistent with applying yourself. Doesn't matter what your career or your interest is. So be willing to be the student, be willing to have that energy of curiosity, that curiosity, leading you to want to learn, wanting to expand your mind. Okay. Because here on planet Earth, it is about growth and development. Okay. So the Page of Cups is, creativity, but also being naive. Be mindful of being naive and being swayed. Do not let anyone present anything shiny to you like this cup here, with promises here, with promises here, that can disappear and vanish just like that out of nowhere from you proceeding or agreeing to go the short way. Okay. So that's been coming up for the past 2 to 2.5 weeks now, about not allowing, or maybe a month, not allowing someone to sway you while you're hearing, seeing, witnessing, or experiencing any kind of hardship. Maybe you're overwhelmed in your personal life. Maybe there's changes on your job, in your household, in your finances. Maybe you have some concerns about your well being. It's been coming up repetitively to be mindful, not to allow yourself to be swayed, to getting entangled in a situation that you cannot turn back from. Okay. And so the Seven of Pentacles here, okay, planting seeds that will grow as you see. The belly is full, ready to give birth to new ideas here. And so this is about being patient. Every woman knows, the process of pregnancy, it takes time. It takes a lot, it takes time, it takes energy. Ooh, I think the reading a switch, oh boy, it takes a lot, but it darn sure takes patience, and it will make you patient. Just think about 9 months, male or female, if you're watching this, just think about 9 months. A woman carrying a child in her belly for 9 months. That's a long time. Okay. And you wonder why, when you go through labor, a lot of women say they forget all about the pain. They forget all about it, and well, of course, the contractions. Oh wow, but it is a good metaphor for what this reading is talking about, being patient. As they're rubbing her stomach there, and they're sitting there looking at the bassinet, and they're actually mesmerized, and it looks like they are in harmony mentally and spiritually in this moment, thinking about the arrival of this new addition to their life. And so having to be patient and just enjoying the process of the baby developing within the womb, the mother bonding with the child while she carries that child, the mother and father anticipating, whether they have a baby shower or buying things and preparing things. It's a very exciting moment. It is a beautiful moment, okay? The reproduction process, reproducing. This is a beautiful moment to give birth. And so, the same as giving birth is a beautiful moment, taking your time and being patient to learn new things, new experiences, new skills in life, new ideas. Whatever it is you desire, collective, be willing to be patient with the process of whatever is required, and be patient with yourself. Don't be so hard and harsh on yourself. Be willing, even if you have to talk yourself through it. I can do this. I got this. You can do that. You can talk to yourself, and let your ego know to get out the way, that you're not interested in taking the shortcut, that you're not interested in being lazy. No, you're not interested in maybe waddling back to the past, or those seeds of doubt that were maybe planted in you as a small child or a young adult. People saying who you can't be, or you're not good enough, or you don't qualify. You're not allowing any negative thoughts to penetrate your psyche or keep you, hindered from developing yourself. So just like they're waiting to give birth to this beautiful addition here, this is a wonderful moment. Look at the expression on their face. Very calm, very relaxed. This is a beautiful moment. And so you are to take anything um, that really has value to you in your life, and you are guaranteed that it is of value. It's worth waiting for. Okay? It's worth waiting for. So be mindful in this world. It's not about, being perfect or who's right, who's wrong. You will have challenges, you will have temptation. And this is a lot of things when we talk about temptation, that dark energy, coming to you, trying to, intrigue you to go the wrong way, trying to intrigue you to not do things the right way. But the more you choose what is right for you, that will give you longevity and will give you peace and harmony consistently, the more you will learn how to transform your life, your circumstances, your well being. It's like you will increase in your ability to grow, to learn, to exist, to land on your feet. You'll become more resilient and self efficient. The more that when that, those shadow moments, those dark moments, and this could be a person, trying to persuade you to go in the wrong direction. Oh, it ain't gonna be nothing. We ain't gonna get caught, man. Come on, it ain't gonna be nothing. Man, I can hook you up. I can hook you up. I'm trying to tell you how much you got. How much you got. I can hook you up. So allow the transformation to take life in your place. And if you're having a transformation, that means you're moving forward. So while there is an energetic pull beneath here, you're remaining resilient and you're able to stay above water here. And you see the light is shining down, supporting the transformation to move forward. Okay. And as I speak of moving forward, that coincides with taking the shortcuts in life. 5, 10 years, move down, and then, you got a warrant out for your arrest. because you've been part of something that you thought was a shortcut or a better way. That kind of energy. You're married, you got children. You done bought a house. And now everything. You're going through. Everything is being dismantled or taken from you, and now you got to tell your family, look, everything is about to change. But why? But why? Because back when I was supposed to take that, I let somebody hook me up. They said they had to hook up, and I paid them, and now I'm caught. They got a warrant out for me now. That kind of energy, okay? It's coming through clear, collective. This is the message, baby. This is the message, baby. So we have the Page of Wands here, okay? All right, so with the Page of Wands, there's a need for you to keep your enthusiasm, because your enthusiasm will keep you in the energy of being curious. And being curious and enthusiastic about the things you desire will keep you from making the wrong choices, okay? You will be able to recognize when that dark energy, is trying to persuade you. And you don't have to be anxious or in fear, but you will recognize it. I know what this is. No, thank you. Okay? Wow. I don't want the answer to that test or to that exam. I want to tighten up my ability to study. I have to tighten up my study skills, because when I leave here, I'm going to graduate school. And as a matter of fact, after I graduate, I'm coming back and working on my doctorate's degree. So I might as well tighten up my ability to study and execute and be successful on my own. Okay? Instead of getting out into the workforce or applying for graduate school or taking some kind of bar exam, okay, someone's studying law here, okay, all right, or I'm in med school, or I want to be a veterinarian or obstetrician, and then I get out there and I no longer can cheat because the person who was helping me cheat, they didn't call a case, so now what do I do? So there's something here about taking the longer route will assist you in creating a momentum for knowing what to do when you reach your next level in life or in the process of whatever you're working on, you're building, you're creating. Just like I just use example of college. No, I don't need the cheat sheet, because when I finish, I'm coming back. I'm going to work on my PhD. So I need to increase my study ability. I need to make sure that I know how to study the proper way so I can execute and graduate top of my class with honors. So if I don't learn it now and I'm always cheating, when I get out there in the world amongst the real ones, I'll be lost in the sauce. That kind of energy. So yeah. Keep your enthusiasm. Do not let anyone sway you in the wrong direction. Keep your enthusiasm, okay? The Page of Pentacles. Stay determined. Stay determined and enthusiastic. Look at that. Stay determined and enthusiastic. Look at their faces. They're like, yeah, we stay determined. You let them know, I'm not lazy. I'm new to this, but I'm true to this. I'm not lazy. Yeah. Okay. Do not allow people, especially people who are not on the same page or level as you, or people who feel they have nothing to live for, or they're not working on any kind of progress. When you are working on progress in your life, making positive changes, you have to be mindful of the company you keep. You have to be mindful of who you allow to have access to you, because this reading is clearly saying, there's someone working on something that is very important and valuable to them. It can be some of the things I named. You could be in college, you can be in school or some kind of training, but there's someone around you, family, friend, lover, man, whomever, your girl, someone trying to sway you to get into some nonsense. And what they're trying to sway you to do is not really who you are. You're not that kind of person, but they're very determined. Just like you're determined, they're determined to get you mixed up in some mess. So it's coming through strongly Continue to be determined and enthusiastic to make sure you maintain the balance in your life. Okay? So, Spirit is saying it's a temporary discomfort for a long term success. Okay? Later.